What's up everyone, Titan here, and today I'm bringing you a video about awakening stats. Well, before we go to the video, make sure I subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and there we go. I know it's a different video because usually I use it to record videos in Portuguese because most of my viewers are Portuguese speakers, but a lot of people, a lot of players actually was asking me to English videos, so I will start to record like 2-3 videos in a week. Probably I will try actually in English, and the rest of the videos will be recorded in Portuguese. I think that way is slightly better to English speakers to understand the contents, understand the explanation than just read the subtitles or the translation, everything. Okay, so there you go. If in a moment I speak in Portuguese the video, I'm just explaining something in Portuguese to my Portuguese viewers. Okay, so don't worry about that. Well, we hit level 80 and now we have Glory Front, Awakening status, runes and everything about that. And today I'm bringing you a video about awakening stats at all. I probably will split that content in 2 videos, like the defensive one and offensive one. Okay, so I may start with the defensive one. Sure, there you go. Clicking here in your profile, your bag, and that button is the Great Surge reward. Also, English isn't my first language, my mother language, so please, please, of course I will make a lot of mistakes because it isn't like too simple for me, but please think about it before you hit. Okay, so there you go. We have here in the Great Sage Reward, we have five awakening stats, but actually we have 6. 3 defensives and 3 offensives. Okay, we're gonna start with the defensives one. I have here a pad note that I always use to explain the content, like that. Yeah, we have 3: the tenacity, heavy, and indomitable, or indomitable, something like that. Yeah, this one is defensives. Okay, and I'm trying to explain that, like the resource, what it does, and everything about that. So there you go. You can click here, like in the heavy, and we have a little explanation what it does. But here, since we haven't tenacity here, let me show you here. Okay, tenacity. Let's start with tenacity. Tenacity, in my opinion, is like the best stats in the game. Defensive one actually, and the description says that we will reduce the following damage taken, like critical damage, transform damage, warm-up damage, and acharan damage. Actually, isn't just like that. Tenacity will reduce like every resource of damage that you take. Okay, so just doesn't work just like that. Tenacity will reduce everything, like everything. Okay, like boss damage that you will take will be reduced. Okay, so it's the best, like the best stats you will have in your account to be more tanky. Okay, and unlike the another stat that we see here, like heavy and indomitable, you can't stack tenacity from another stat. Like heavy, if you have block chance above to 7%, you're gonna stack it. Like for indomitable, you have more than above to 7% dot hate, you're gonna stack it. But tenacity, you can't stack it from another stat. It's just tenacity by itself. Okay, it's hard to get it like from another resource, but it's the most useful stat in my opinion, since you can get it from a card rank 4 above, around like 30-35 tenacity per card, rank 4. Okay, so don't worry about that. Also runes and spirit stones, like in level 90 or 100, something like that. Okay, but you can stack tenacity, but not just from another stat. Okay, so let me show you here. Tenacity. most important stat. It will give you a damage reduction at all. Okay? Well, we're gonna talk about heavy right now. Like I said, heavy you can stack from block chance. If you are above to 70% block chance, every one block chance you have, you're gonna stack 3 heavy points. So it's like really nice, really nice. And what heavy does? Heavy, let me show the workpad. Heavy is like the second tenacity. It works literally exactly like a tenacity. So why don't stack heavy over tenacity? Because you can get more tenacity than heavy, because the cards, like I said, like rank 4 and above gives you tenacity, like rank 4 and 5, because rank 6 and above gives you break, if I don't mistake, like for defensive cards, okay? So heavy is like a second tenacity, and I can show you that if you click here, each heavy armor reduces the damage taken by 0.1%. So it's like a second tenacity. Works in PvE, works in PvP, works like at all. Wheel reduction, critical damage, boss damage, transformer damage, X-former damage, boss damage, like accessories damage, everything, literally everything. So it's a nice to have heavy, but isn't like your first priority. Your first priority should have tenacity, and you understand why when we talk about PvP and mainly when we talk about break, okay? Well, but it will be another video. So now we're gonna talk about Indomitable. This one like is the most underdog stats right now, but in the late game, I mean like real late game PvP, is the most useful stat for have. More useful than tenacity in my opinion. I recorded a video about that like 3 months ago probably, but he recorded it again, but just in time. So heavy you can get it from dot hate. If you are above 7% dot hate, you can stack tenacity, Indomitable from that. Not just like that, of course you can get for runes, spirit stones, and whatever, like heavy, like tenacity, okay? Oops. Okay. So there we go. And each 1 point above 70% of dot hit, you can stack 3 points of Indomitable. And what it does? Well, we have a offensive stat called Coercion. And coercion like the most important stat from DPS, okay? Like increase your damage. Coercion will increase your damage while you are X-formed or riding amount or mech, whatever. And like every great DPS have a huge coercion, like a lot of amount of coercion, okay? So in the late game, when we are talking about PvP, having Indomitable is like the most important thing to have, so you can counter the coercion from another DPS. It's basically like that. That's why in the early game isn't that important, but in the late game it will be really important to have Indomitable. Okay, you can get it from dodge hate, from spirit stones, runes, like another stats. Okay, so let's put here Indomitable, like in the early game is underdog, late game is like tire as stat. Like trust me, you wanna have like a lot of Indomitable over tenacity, over heavy, okay? So that's it. Well, I hope you can understand the stats. If you have any doubt, just comment down below. And again, it's like I think it's the first video I'm recording in English like after a long time, and isn't just simple like that for me to think, translate, and talk in English. So if I had any mistake, well, forgive me, and that's it. okay? And if you are an English speaker and could understand the content, please comment down below, and if you want a more content like that, okay? So, well, if the world doesn't end, I see you in another video. See ya, guys. Bye bye.